guys, I'm going to read the third chapter to you. It's called A Crushing Promise. God will destroy the snake who lied to Adam and Eve. God knew what had happened with Adam, Eve, and the snake. God asked Adam if he had eaten the fruit from the forbidden tree. God always knows the answers to the questions he asks us, but he gives us a chance to give an answer that will show how we feel about what we did. But Adam didn't tell the truth or ask for forgiveness or say how sorry he was. No, that's not what he did at all. He blamed Eve, and then Eve blamed the snake. All this blaming happened because Adam's and Eve's hearts had changed when they disobeyed God. Because their hearts changed, they couldn't truly obey God anymore, and there would be punishments for what they had done. They would now die. But it was worse than that. Before they died, they would have all sorts of trouble and hurt and sadness. Before they ate the forbidden fruit, there had never been any sadness in the world. When they had eaten the fruit, their hearts had become hard, and hard hearts can't obey, or love God. In fact, the only thing hard hearts can do is disobey God and someday die, which makes lots of sadness. God had made Adam and Eve with soft hearts that were like his and could hear him, obey him, and love him. But now that was different, and it wasn't just going to be different for Adam and Eve, because they were the very first people and the very first parents in the whole world. The kind of hearts they had were going to be the kind of hearts that all the rest of us would have. We don't know for sure what it looks like when God gets sad, but he was surely sad about Adam's and Eve's hearts because their hearts were made to be with him and like him. But he wasn't only sad, he was also angry, and he had another promise to make. This was a promise to the snake. God told the snake that one day he was going to send someone who would be born on this earth who would be completely perfect and would always hear, love, and obey God completely. This person would crush the head of the snake and make it so that hard hearts could become soft and there would be no more death. God promised the snake that when this happened, the snake would be destroyed forever. Adam and Eve were sent out of the garden, and God was right. They did have a lot of problems and sadness for the rest of their lives. They also had children who had children who had children who had children, and all the people of the earth came from Adam and Eve, and all the people had hard hearts because of Adam and Eve disobeying God. This would be a really sad story except for God's promise to the snake. Here's a big grown-up thing for you to know. God's promise to send someone to crush the head of the snake is the very best promise because it means that one day we will have a world like the one Adam and Eve had before they disobeyed. And this came from Genesis chapter 3. So the questions to go over with your parents are, what happened to Adam's and Eve's hearts after they ate the fruit? What can hard hearts not do? What did God promise would happen to the snake? And how do you think Adam and Eve felt after they were sent out of the garden? All right, guys, that's all I have. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.